I'm Sandy.
And I'm Ed.
And this is General, the totally awesome water dog. We hope you'll join us on our journey of discovery. The next adventure is just over the hills. I'm going to show you a tour of the inside of our little travel trailer here. This is what we use as our main door. That's actually the back door. The front door is up in the bedroom. But this is the main door that we use. So we come in here and we have a rear kitchen. So standard size refrigerator, the 6 cubic foot refrigerator. It's been working out fine for us. Stove, microwave. These are our pantry cabinets. We keep all of our canned food, box food, stuff like that in here, and it's been plenty of room for us. We have our pots and pans down here in the bottom, and we got a little rack to put those on so they stand upright instead of just flopping around. This cabinet actually goes all the way over around underneath the sink. It's open, so we got some bigger stuff stored in this back corner, and the stuff that we use a lot is out here. So we've got, you know, pipes and stuff coming down underneath the sink, but it still gave us plenty of storage under here. We have a little bin with our plates and bowls, another little bin with our glasses, dish towels. We've got 2 drawers down here that we use for our bigger spoons and knives and stuff like that. And then garbage bags, plastic bags, stuff like that goes on the other side in that bin. So the rear kitchen works out really great for us. So we've got a ton of counter space over here, which was the main reason that we chose this layout, because it had the most counter space. So we really love that. We have a little hanger thing on the side of the cupboard, and this is where all of General's stuff hangs, all his leashes and collars and stuff. And we've got our raincoats here for right now because it's been raining a lot. But this is one of Ed's favorite things. We did intend this to be a shoe holder, and he's got his flip-flops in here. But we didn't have that many shoes to put in it, so we've used it for other stuff. We've got some scissors, memo pads, flashlights, umbrellas in there, just things that we use on a regular basis and want to have handy. So that's been a totally awesome thing. And Ed also installed this wall right here, and it's got hooks on it for our hats and keys and other stuff there. So our dinette set is actually our office, and Ed's got all of his stuff over here, and that's my side over there. So we this kind of cluttered right at the moment, but we basically keep on our seats everything that we use on a regular basis, so it's nice and handy. But I'm doing some rearranging right now. And Ed's got we've got storage underneath these seats, so Ed's got his photography equipment underneath his seat, and my seat has my herbs and stuff that I work with. And this is my favorite thing, my water pitcher. My Brita water pitcher. It's little, doesn't take up a lot of room, and it makes awesome water, totally awesome water. So this is one of the upgrades that we did as well. This had a love seat kind of built in to it. Our slide doesn't go all the way to the floor. Our slide only goes to about here. And the sofa was built on top of that. And we sat on it once, and it just wasn't comfortable at all. So we ended up buying this futon. We took the couch frame out, except for the arms. The arms are still here for the old couch. We took the couch frame out and put this futon in, and then this blue cover is just for General's hair, so we can easily wash it and get rid of his hair and whatever messes that he makes on the couch, because this is where he sleeps. So we did these pictures on the walls. I got these frames on Amazon, and we've got pictures all over the walls, and I just used little Velcro sticky things to put these up on the wall. So that's how we did most of our decorating, so we don't have to, you know, take anything off of a nail or anything like that. Another little thing that Ed did, he put in this USB holder right here, USB plug. It takes 6 USB plugs, and he's got that stuck down to the table with that BHB tape, that highly durable BHB tape that sticks to anything forever and ever and ever. So that's pretty awesome because that takes care of all of our phones and charging batteries and stuff like that. This TV came with the trailer, and there was another one that was in the bedroom that we had to get rid of because it wasn't in a good spot. But it just got some cables back behind there, and this radio came with it. And this is the Wii Boost that Ed installed with the help of Brian up on the roof. It works really good. It really does. So we were actually considering doing wall-to-wall carpet in here because General has a hard time walking on slippery floors. So we definitely wanted to do something to take care of that problem. We ended up buying these single rugs at Walmart, and I got all the rugs to do the entire floor in here for less than $100. So this was an awesome deal. These are the rubber-backed rugs, and they don't go anywhere. Once they're down, they're down. And we've already washed this one. They wash up real easy, super durable, and it was a great idea to take care of that problem for General. So very happy. So this is our bathroom, of course, small. All RV bathrooms are small. We got the pressure rods to hang up our towels. We couldn't think of any other way to do that. That was just the only thing that came to mind to do that. And our bathroom has a ton of storage space. It's totally awesome. All of our cleaners are underneath the sink, and it's got some closets going down this wall on the right hand side here. So we each have a closet. Ed has a closet, I have a closet, and then General has a closet for his dog food and stuff. So that worked out really good for us. This here is called a pantry closet. It is separated from this coat closet here, and this has like paper towels and cups and stuff like that in there, Kleenexes and stuff, and some extra sheets and blankets are in here. And this is our coat closet, and it also has like some dress clothes and stuff that we brought along with us just in case we would need it. So our slide comes out clear to here. So the couch and the wardrobe are all on this slide, and it opens up this walkway here. Then we get back to the bedroom, and here's General, our baby. You're on camera, bud. He says I don't care. So we've got the little closets on the side. I've got my closet, Ed's got his. Some of our clothes are up in the upper one. And we got this set of stairs because the mattress that came with this camper was just a little, I think, 8-inch thick mattress. It was very uncomfortable. We did actually spend the night on it once when we first got the camper, and it wasn't going to work for us. So we went out and bought a new mattress, which ended up adding about 4 to 6 inches of height to this. And General was having trouble getting up on the bed, so we bought the stairs so he can get up on the bed. And yes, that does make it difficult for me to get into bed, but it fixed the problem for him, so that was what was important. We also have one of those laundry chutes underneath that closet there, so that's really cool. This is a standard queen size mattress. It's not the short that you usually see in campers, and we can still get past it, so it's fine. It's just a little bit of a squeeze, but we can still get in there. And so we can use regular size sheets and everything, but the support board, of course, most campers, as you know, have a storage underneath this mattress that goes up to the basement area. The board was too short, so that's another thing that Brian helped us with when we were still back home. He made us a new board that comes out a little further to add extra support to this mattress here.
Hey everybody, so now it's time for the tour of the outside of the trailer, and why did we settle on this trailer? well, quite frankly, number one was price. I mean, we could not beat this trailer. But I guess also really at the top of the list is it met our needs. Now this is, it's a Keystone Bullet 248 RKS. It has a thermal package. It has the rear kitchen, which we really like. The kitchen's important to us, and it has a space, and we've shown you that. But here on the outside, let's talk about some of the things I like out here. It has this little outlet, which, you know, can be handy. You know, you can pay a fortune for the lights that you string up that run off a 12 volt, and then they take batteries and all that. Or you just can get some Christmas lights if you need, so you want to put on your awning. Just do that, a couple of bucks. The awning itself is a nice feature. We've been taking the guys' advice and watching out. If we think that it's going to storm or get heavy rains, we fold it up. And so far, so good. One thing this trailer came with that was kind of cool is a thing called a toy lock. And what we found this handy for, we don't have, it comes out, it's a steel cable that comes out and you can wrap around, like if you have your bicycles on the back, and secure them. Well, we don't have the bicycles, but we attach General's lead to this thing. And, you know, when you're buying a lead, how far do you go? I mean, we talked about just get a 10-foot one. That doesn't seem to give them much space. But if you're in a tight RV spot, you don't want them bothering the neighbor or something like that. So we picked this size. But by hooking it onto that, we can always open it up and give them another 10, 15 feet of space if he needs it. So that was kind of cool for us. Electric hookup, pretty standard. And the cable hookup here, heater source in there, has a utility shower, which for us is great. We've never done any upgrades to it or that, and it's not that we take outside showers, but for washing the dog, it's wonderful. We can give him a tempered bath. He's not getting hit with ice cold water, and it really works for us. The slide comes out, and I guess if there's a pain in the tail to this, do what you need to do under here before you bring the slide out, because you're crawling around underneath here to hook up the tanks. And speaking of the tanks, we have actually two gray tanks. So we have a separate gray tank, which is here, under here, for the kitchen. And then we have another gray tank that is back underneath here, and it wides into a common dump for the black tank too. So whether it's the right protocol or not, it works for us, because what I found is the easiest thing to do, or the best thing to do. I mean, it's never a pleasant job, but it doesn't have to be that bad. Dump the gray water tank up front for the sink. Why? Because that has the particles in it and all that food stuff. Then hook this up, of course dump the black water tank, and then dump your shower tank. That's got all the soapy, fuzzy water in it, and it cleans the hose out pretty good. And we have the standard fresh water and city water connections there. This is our basement, and it's a pass-through. And, you know, it's got plenty of room. It works for us. Everything in this trailer works for us. There's enough storage for all our clothes. We changed out the mattress. I think Sandy's already shown you that. And the rest of it was pretty much twist the key and go. Up here, though, it did, I put a lithium battery in there. It's one of those fancy, I think they're Blue Forge batteries, something named like Battleborn, thank you. And you know, the beautiful thing about it is we don't have solar panels. We can't afford all that stuff. We're on a budget. But the beautiful thing about this thing, you can take it down to zero, it's dead, charge it back up, and you can do that for over 3,000 cycles. So it was worth the $950. Ow. Okay, and yeah, two 20-pound propane tanks. You know, we don't really find a need to upgrade those. I mean, we ran one 20-pound tank for quite some time before we had to fill it. And when we looked back at what all we had done with that 20 pounds of propane, it's plenty good enough for us. I did do a little thing here, putting this white tape marker on there, this white reflective tape. And I did the same to the center of the tailgate of the truck, which I can see when I look out the back up on the top. So it helps kind of line things up. Leveler, bubbles to make sure everything's good there. And we do have the anti-sway system on it too. These are little blocks. I personally like them over wood. I think they're just as sturdy as using wood. They're a lot easier to transport, keep clean. You're not going to get splinters off of them, and they don't weigh a ton. And then that brings us around to here. So the way this trailer's laid out, again, you know from the videos inside, that this goes into our bedroom. This door, I guess, serves a safety purpose, but from a practical point of view, doesn't do anything for us. So I just cut some white cardboard, got some poster board from Walmart, made a template, and folded the poster board in half, doubled it, and cut it out to the shape on the inside of the window, and put some tape around it to help cut down on the light early morning light when we're sleeping. And that's in anticipation of some of the other people's videos that we've watched about being up in Alaska, and you really don't get the nighttime that you may want. Probably one of the most important things that I think Sandy and I invested in was good tires. Now, I have looked, I can't tell you how many tire reviews I've read, how many YouTube videos I've done, and they all said the Goodyear Endurance tires were the ones to get. So we had that done. The tires that were on it was almost a crying shame. They were 4 years old, but almost look brand new, but still they're 4 years old. And I think we looked up the manufacturing date on that, and they were even older than that. Anyway, and I also, from my days of hauling house trailers, you know, I had the new bearings put in and had it all greased, repacked, the spindle races checked, everyth's fine. And I think that was very important to do. We haven't had a lick of trouble, and I don't want that kind of trouble, and you don't either. So that kind of brings us around to here. We have some outside speakers, which are nice. I've enjoyed those. But we, you know, we're sensitive. We don't want to bother our neighbors, so I don't go crazy with them. What I have noticed is if you run those and the inside speakers at the same time, because they're in the same housing, it increases the bass. So even if you can have these on and hardly hear them outside, but inside, it's a noticeable difference in the bass. Whether that would work for everybody, I don't know. That light up there, I can't figure that light out. It has some kind of sensor on it. All I know is if you turn the porch light on once, you're not going to have a porch light for about 10-15 seconds, and that doesn't make any sense to me. And then it comes on. So I just click the switch twice, I get a porch light, I can bring General out, and when we go back in, I can put it away. So maybe I'll do something someday with that. But overall, I'm very happy with the trailer. I know Sandy is too. The only things left to do, I think, are we've talked about getting some tie downs to put off of the awning. So, you know, we can put, the gentleman told us never use these locks. And he said the reason is you'll forget that you've locked it, and then you will try to put it up, and you'll have a problem. And that's really it, you know. It's a lot of trying not to forget things, and I think it's the best advice Sandy and I could give anybody, and we've seen countless other people give it too. Don't be in a rush. Just slow down as you're getting ready to go, and everything will be fine. So that's our little bullet, and it's all we need, and I wouldn't want anything bigger. But, you know, would a laundry be nice? Yes. but we get by. And you know, this is totally, it's an edge tangent, I know, but in our travels, we just keep meeting great people, nice people. I don't know where they get all these crazy people to put on the news at night. They must pay them. We don't run into a lot of crazy people. Everybody's pleasant. They just want to live their lives and have a good time, and that's what we're doing too. Hope I haven't babbled my ear off too much. Y'all take care. Well, I thought we would show you some of the things we did to prepare to our truck. And keep in mind, as I show you this stuff, we do plan on doing a lot of dry camping in the future, boondocking. So, hence some of the setup. Got a dual fuel generator, and that was the good folks on Long Honeymoon that he did a big review on generators, and based on that we settled on this one. I like the idea of the dual fuel, although the propane won't work at higher altitudes. It still gives us some options. This tank is empty, but I tripped across it and grabbed it anyway just so we could have it. In anticipation of the boondocking out there for a while, my better half pointed out that we needed a way to have some extra fresh water, and I quickly realized 10 gallons wasn't going to cut it. So I found these tanks online, took a little bit of research. It's two 47-gallon propylene tanks. The first one I've got set up to take on fresh water. And then that's going to be 47 gallons. It's going to work out to 330 pounds of water. But, you know, so be it. We're going in and we're going to be there for a while on dry docking. We're going to need it. This one we intend and have used for gray water. Same size tank, but this is just a gray water setup. All this is run by there's two 12-volt pumps. And the freshwater one is tied in so that we can fill this up. We can just take the fresh water in, and then the 12-volt pump will pump it out of the bottom. They're both vented, so we don't get any crazy problems there. And there is a heating element between the two tanks just in case I needed to provide heat to stop them from freezing. Don't know if it's ever going to be needed, but gotta be prepared. So, and all that is controlled by this little 4-gang 12-volt panel box. One switch for the one pump for the fresh water, a switch for the heating element, which, by the way, going back to the heating element, it's just a heating element that you can get, it's for RVs, for putting on your freshwater tanks or your gray water tanks so they don't freeze. I just bought one of those and sandwiched between them. Draws 14 amps max. So that's wired in here too. And then the other pump kind of floats around because we need to hook from the gray water tank on the RV and pump up to here. Sandy found some adapters so we can tie on to the gray water dump and pull the gate valve and then pump it up into here. And we've done it and it works good. I was going to hardwire all this in, but you know, the more I thought about running battery, like 4-gauge cabling all the way up from the battery back into here, chances of it getting nicked, cut, or maintenance was just too high. I opted for this, and because you don't use it all that much, but this just has a lot of cord to it. I could either plug it in here when the generator's running if I needed to, but it'll also easily reach the cab to power everything here. And you wouldn't think it, finding them tanks was hard, but you know what? Those tanks are used by people that have horses. Now, I never knew this. This is just a tangent. But apparently, these folks that travel around to horse shows and things like that, their horses are very picky about the water they drink, and actually only drink water from the ranch where they're accustomed to being. So people that do that they get these tanks and fill them with water. I didn't know horses were that picky, but I'm glad they are, because somebody out there makes tanks that I could use. So that's pretty much it for the back. We've got this, what do they call it? It's like the Indian Tonto cover.
Tonto cover.
Yeah, okay. We went with a hard shell just to protect everything. And, you know, I was going to put a cab on, but I just started envisioning the cab it would just become a convoluted mess back there and encourage us to take more stuff, which we don't need. So this is basically the setup, and there's some room over here for me to throw just some miscellaneous stuff. I stuffed the gray water hose in there because who cares. And then the recurve 6 system, when we're disconnected, just goes up there. Little air compressor off to the side, 4-way wrench to check the lugs, and a metal detector because that's for a different endeavor, but it gives me a place to store it. Also throw some brooms back there too. So that's the setting the truck up for the most part. On the inside, we've got a screen for the camera for on the back of the trailer, so I can view that. Great for backing up, and also good to know what's behind you when you're traveling. You know, when I bought this truck, I felt so sorry for it after we signed the papers, because it's not going to look anything like this. But I've avoided drilling holes in the dashboard so far with the help of that fantastic BHV tape. Check it out. So I stuck this in here, just a little cubby hole they had. So this is the gives me the back view for the trailer, and we got a CB in, but transceiver's under the seat. Everything's controlled by the mic here. There's a front view camera, which is a high enough resolution that we could utilize it for some of our video things if we care to. And then on the other side, since Sandy's over there being the Navi, we've got a Garmin unit set up. It's a 6-inch screen. And the reason we did that, some people might say, well, why get that? You got Google. Well, we were thinking that, well, Google's going to burn up our data if we're using Google Maps all the time. And whether it turns out that might not be true, but whether it's true or not, what we found is actually that has a couple of features that we didn't see on the Google Maps. It'll ding us if there's a school zone coming up, and some other things. It's a little quirky and not as easily worked as Google, but it works fine. And so it was $200, a one-time shot. It's always going to update, runs off a 3G network. And so that's our navigation system, and the rest is just pushing down the gas a lot.
You gotta show them General's apartment.
Oh, General's apartment. Well, of course, it's just Sandy and I and the dog, so fortunately on this year's Silverado, they didn't have anything underneath the seats. So if I step around here, all I had to do was just flip the seats up, and we had this large open area, which of course wasn't level, but just put in some plywood, supported it, which of course went over the highest spot, and then just filled in the low-lying areas with some select chunks of wood in the right spot. Put in some eggshell foam and a blanket. We tucked these pillows up in there just to give them a little more cushion. He obviously can jump in and out very easily, and his goodie bag is stashed underneath the seat here. So I know other pickup trucks you couldn't do it. It's just this model, the way it worked out, and our dog isn't good at jumping up the height of the seat, so this gives him his own little pad, and he's very happy back there. So he tells me. How was that?
Great.
All right. Am I getting better?
Yeah.